In the previous segment, we engaged on a very critical topic, cybersecurity and its impacts on the local community. The next discussion, the intermediate discussion, is cybersecurity and its impacts on the state right here in Virginia and the federal government. See, in Virginia and in the federal government, we have 16 critical infrastructure sectors. 3 of them, energy, all the electricity that is powering our buildings, very important. Transportation, how we move in and out of the district, how we connect with other cities and other states, very important. Another one, emergency services, very critical, how we respond and how we help, and our first responders who rely on those systems. Please, Commander Smith, if you can tell us what we can do to better posture ourselves to prevent and prepare a cyber attack.
Absolutely, Adam. You know, whether with each of those agencies, it's at the state or the federal level, you know, there's the top 3. 1 is funding, money. 2 is awareness. And then 3 would be regulation. And let's just talk about each of those for a second, each one of them. Funding. Is there enough funding? And I think the answer, no, there isn't, whether it's at the state or the federal level. 2, awareness. Not everybody knows about the need for cyber security. And then 3, regulation. And I know this is something you've talked about on a variety of issues, and cyber is no exception. If you've got too many regulations, you're going to freeze up the organizations that will provide the cybersecurity that you need. If you don't, on the other hand, have enough regulation, you're not going to have the uniformity and the effectiveness for good cybersecurity. So somewhere, once again, lies that sweet spot with the issue of regulations.
These are great points. And now the big discussion that we've been trying to have is how are we going to prepare? And I think education is going to be critical.
Absolutely.
Starting from K all the way through 12. We have got to now have some form of an educational program that will prepare our children to now fill those gaps and make sure that they're trained to defend not just the community from a technology perspective, but also from a cyber perspective. What are your thoughts in regards to what we can do to position our children to now be prepared to defend from a cyber position?
Absolutely, Adam. I think that when you said K all the way up, let's talk about that. Unlike you and me, we didn't have the World Wide Web when we were first in elementary school. I know I didn't. Now, it isn't just there, but it is part of who we are the minute we're born. I think, to answer your question, how, that said, even at the kindergarten level, start having awareness. I might say it in the word of courses. It could be in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade, for example. No, it's not at the master's or PhD level, but whether we want it or not, it's part of that young child's life. And when I say it, I'm talking about the World Wide Web, the internet, and everything that goes along with it. And part of that is cybersecurity, which I think speaks to a couple of things. 1, an educated student at that age, and 2, a teacher that is capable of providing what I would call the toolkit that each young child needs at an early age to not only have awareness about cybersecurity, but to know what to do at an early age with cybersecurity.
Fantastic points. These are critical. And for everyone out there watching, as we engage with the cybersecurity discussion, there are going to be many different discussions for us to have, but let us begin as a state, let us begin as a community, but let's work together to now fix the problems that are existing and prevent these attacks that are going to happen in our local communities. And again, let us prepare to defend our state. Let's secure Virginia. And again, thank you, Commander Smith, for coming out and sharing your wisdom and experience. Let's go forth and let's continue to engage and prepare. Thank you all.